Hey friends, welcome back. It is day 2 of Vlogtober. Go grab a cup of something and let's do it. Hey friends, Christine here. Welcome to Quilting on Caffeine and Vlogtober day 2. Oh my goodness. Today is going to be mostly a study day and has been mostly a study day just because my final is tomorrow, and then I can dig deep into all things vloggy Octoberish, comfy cozy. I will stop studying in a little bit and go inside and knit while I edit this video. I don't even know what I want to knit at this moment, but I am feeling the urge. Oh, so let's catch up a little bit. I had a appointment over in the next town today, so I found this. Can we see that? Is it focusing? I don't think it's focusing. Anyway, I thought, oh, this is some fun inspiration in here. So yes, it's handmade, handcrafted gifts, because handmade is a triggering term to some. And I thought this would be really fun for holiday gifts, but I also have some birthdays coming up for people. And some of this stuff is really fun fall ideas. Now, I've pinned a million ideas like this, so I shouldn't be surprised to see it pop up in here. But it was a good reminder. I do have some like flannels, and I could do this on. I thought these were really cute and appropriate for quilting on caffeine. There are even some doggy specific gifts in here, which is fun. I know a little window box made of felt. And here's the real reason I pulled the trigger in the store. My sister would freaking love that. Oh my gosh. So I definitely think that's going to happen. It feels kind of fallish and in line with something else I've got that I'll show you Friday. But it's fun. There's some fun stuff in here. And I have been really wanting to work with air dry clay. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like the urge for the tactileness of the clay, or if it's just that I've seen some really gorgeous projects, or if it's even a little more gender neutral than a quilt can be at times. Quilts are for everybody. I understand that. But I've seen some really cute air dry clay projects, and I'm kind of anxious. So I might place an Amazon order for some air dry clay and a mat and a rolling pin and just start playing. So I think that could be fun. It could be like Christmas ornaments even. I don't know. Maybe that's what we explore during Vlogtober. Thinking out loud, winging it. That's what I should call my Vlogtober. Winging it-tober. There are just some cute things in here. And there are some clay projects. Of course, like this planter. So cute. So cute. So I have some fun things planned, I think, fall crafts that are not necessarily sewing, although there will be sewing and there will be knitting, but just trying to broaden my horizons a little bit. The other thing, let me ask you this. I learned today there's such a thing called Stocktober. So I didn't know that was a thing. Luckily, people around me in my life know that's a thing. But man, everything I do in the pantry could have been included if I was doing Stocktober instead of Vlogtober. Who even knew? What I have been working on today while I cram, like I haven't crammed in 25 years, is this. This is a needlepoint I picked up a while ago now. I don't know exactly how long ago, but a while ago. and I had to put it down when I broke my wrist. I did pick up a needlepoint project that was a much bigger canvas size. I can't remember how needlepoint canvas goes. If it gets smaller, if the smaller the number, the larger the hole, or if the larger the number, the larger the hole. I know that's something that should stick with me, but as I'm learning through this real estate class, numbers and I don't always get along. But so he is called Larry the Lobster, and I feel like he fits so perfectly in my house. I will zoom in to see if I think it's tracking, and if it's not, it's just blurry, but you can see I still have a lot of background to go. I started to do the background, and I did a very artistic stitch to make it look like he was on water or in water, and I very quickly realized that I was taking away from him, which is the focus of the needlepoint. So ripped it all out, and then started just doing straight needlepoint or stitches, like your standard needlepoint stitches in there. And you can see that I've been skipping spaces and that, or kind of doing like, I don't know the technical term. I call it like a smattering of stitches because I put in so many stitches in the artistic stitch, or I used up so much thread in the artistic stitch or fiber, whatever we're calling it, that I had to buy more. And as all fiber artists know, if the lot numbers don't match, it's not necessarily going to look exactly the same. And I was being cheap at the time and didn't want to buy a whole new assortment of threads for this color. Like, let's say I would have had to buy 5. I didn't want to buy 5 when I still had 2.5. So I have 2.5 and 2.5. So I've been trying to sprinkle my stitches across the canvas so that when I put in the other thread, it feels like shading or texture, and I don't have colors pooling, because there's nothing that annoys me more, whether it's knit work or needlepoint or even blocks, when I put them all together into a quilt top, is color pooling. I can't handle it. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. So that's been what I've been working on today. Nothing to show because mostly I've been like sitting like this with my needle and reading. Occasionally stopping, taking a little test, realizing how much more I need to study or what I'm really not capturing, and going back to it. The other thing is throwing scissors. Am I talking really fast? I feel like I am. I'm hungry. When I was at the checkout, I saw this. Oh, and you can see my messy sewing area. Have not yet looked through this. I have been hoarding holiday magazines, and not by hoarding, I mean I've purchased 3 now. I haven't looked through any of them because I need to get through this test. Actually, I bought 4 holiday magazines. Haven't looked in. I've flipped through them in the store to be like, oh yeah, this looks like it's totally up my alley. I've not actually sat down and flipped through it. I'm saving it until after the licensing exam, when I feel like it starts at 8 a.m., it goes to noon or 12:30. There's like a break in between the 2 tests, whatever. I feel like Wednesday afternoon of next week, I'm going to be brain dead. So that's when we're going to actually flip through these and plan for it is the Christmas Spectacular, and there's another one that's like got a little baby Shetland cow on it. Really cute. But there's also some ideas in here that I think I can steal for Thanksgiving and just do a different spin on it. So we will see. And it's being naughty. I'm looking. It's not yet Wednesday. So, what else do I have for you guys? I put a pumpkin tablecloth out on my table. I feel like that's a step in the right direction. It's an Aldi's find because in my house, tablecloths get ruined quicker than anything else. So I feel like If it's a cute, like washable, those plasticky ones, it's good enough for the phase of life we're in. Covers the table that's a little beat up, gives a little festive cheer, and I can not freak out when somebody drops tomato sauce all over it. It's a win-win. And then I went and I inspected my garden today. Oh, friends. Oh, friends. It needs to be, it's kind of gotten out of control this summer. I I feel like last summer I had a pretty successful garden. This summer I had so many stray plantings that were not for me. They were from birds that just kind of like were triggering. And I feel like the weather did not cooperate with my schedule. Now, obviously, it's Mother Nature, no controlling Mother Nature. But I feel like it was either pouring rain, too hot, animals were coming and grazing on my stuff. And when I say animals, I mean like full grown deer in my garden bed. I live in suburbia, people. I should not have a full grown deer chowing down on my dahlias. I think that's what they're... No, maybe it was the zinnias. I think it was the zinnias that they're eating. Whatever it was. Hello? It was just odd. So I went out there, visited it. We'll definitely be taking a little trip out there in the next few days. For a status update, I'm going to cut one last big hooray of like bouquets and make some hard choices as to what I dig up dahlia-wise. We'll get more into this when I'm actually out there, but I had a lot of dahlias come back, which I shouldn't for the zone I'm in. That's like A, proof of global warming happening, and B, like exceptionally lucky because the ones I did pull and store didn't come back. Didn't come back. No signs of like they weren't moldy, or I don't know why they didn't come back. I did what Pinterest told me to do and they didn't come back. So fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. But it does make me want to just trim them down to the base, put another heavy layer of mulch on them, and hope for the best. But more on that to come. Okay. Otherwise, I have not made many improvements. I was peeking behind my computer to see if I had anything there. Just slow and steady wins the race on needle pointing. Trying very hard to finish this one before I start my next one. Do you want to see it? Because it's right over here. Yeah. Okay, it's really like a Vlogmas thing. It should, but I said I was preparing for the holidays. Are you ready? I can't even. Dead. It's a holiday hedgehog with a scarf and a sweater. Okay, some of you might recognize this canvas, or this style, I guess I should say. It is a Kate Dickerson needlepoint canvas, but the illustrator on it is Mia Charo. I hope I'm saying that right, and if I'm not, please correct me. Some of you might recognize her if you're in the fabric world, because she has some Christmas lines out there. I think she has other lines. I think I just don't buy them. I think I just stick with Christmas. And I believe that she actually has the animals and sweaters as a panel from a former year, like prior years to 2024. This is her current line. I've been good. I got this little set of squares, which are sideways. I do understand that. And I got this panel. I'm going to have to show it to you like half and half. I'll do a full shot when it's Vlogmas. But I got that in preparation for Vlogmas. And now seriously, I think that's all I really have to show you today. Tomorrow I'll be back with a little bit more time since my final will be over in the morning. And I will share what I have been working on in other needlepoint worlds. Well, maybe we'll flip through one of the books, like for real, or the magazines for real. And I will share what I've been knitting. Did I say that already? I hope not. I don't know. It's been one of those days, friends. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am off to scour the freezer for dinner because that's the kind of day it's been. And I think that's it. Awkward pause for the win. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back soon. Tomorrow, actually, with more fun and exciting stuff.